We have some beautiful bubbles. Oh, I'm just going to pick up the camera. Have some beautiful bubbles showing up there. I fed twice yesterday, and I believe I'm going to today. I'm getting ready, or I'm planning to take out some to do some a recipe, but it wants 2 cups, and I may take it out and feed it for a couple days. I'm not sure, but this would be about the amount it needs, and I'm not going to use all of my start for one recipe. And yes, I know if I'd done a larger initial batch, it would have been easier, and I may end up cutting that recipe in half. I haven't decided. It was the first biscuit recipe I found online for sourdough that said that it had baking powder in it, but said it wasn't necessary. And that's the one I'm gonna use. It was on castbullet.com, which is kind of gone defunct since the webmaster, who was 71, died 4 years ago. But I've got this stirred and added this morning. I'm gonna see about how much more I add, and when I separate out, I want to pull out about 4 ounces and build it into something for the biscuits. Before, when I'd ground the spelt and kamut, I'd done it in the blender and just left the bigger stuff out. I just ground the rest of the larger pieces, and now I'm actually going to grind some brown rice to add the flour. Let's see if we can see that a little better. The shadow, maybe. Yep, there it's showing up a little better. But I've been researching sourdough quite a bit, and once you have the sourdough started, which you can probably actually start it with even the brown rice, although they recommend rye, which is a low gluten flour. It just needs something to grow, something to feed it, and the grains are doing that whether they have gluten or not. I'm going to finish up grinding this, just put it away. I'm trying to feed the start and what I took out a little heavier so I can make some biscuits in a few days. Not rushing anything, just actually asked the question of where the grinder was, and Mom knew exactly where it was, and it took me longer to find it than anything. It is very similar to, I used to have a Bosch Universal with the grain mill attachment. Same, almost identical grinding portion as the Bosch Universal. Since I had mine, they now make them so that it can be used as a hand crank instead of using it strictly with the Bosch Universal, but that's another story. I'm going to grind this and just thought I'd do a little update. The grain mill Mom has is this Victorio grain mill, and you have to turn it clockwise for it to grind. If you turn it counterclockwise, it doesn't grind, but it does turn the grinding cone just backwards. I'm actually really glad that it doesn't turn the other way, because with the way using my left arm affects the stents in my heart, I'd probably hurt myself. I actually standing here with my hand in my pocket so that I don't use my left hand, because it hurts so bad when I do. This brown rice flour is absolutely beautiful. When I cleaned the mill, there were a few larger grains, and I just left them on top. I actually believe that now the sourdough is started, that you could throw whole grains in and it would eat them. However, it'd take longer time. So you may not want to do that because of that factor. I'm going to leave these in because I'm not worried about this for at least a few days. And I think that it will eat those cracked grains within that few days time. If not, I don't think it'll affect the biscuits that I plan to make. But there's the brown rice, and there's the spelt and kamut that Cassie gave me. I finished grinding that, and I finally actually ground the brown rice. I was reading that you can buy a dry start and feed it with brown rice flour for gluten-free sourdough. So you could probably maybe even start one with brown rice. If not, definitely with the lower pumpernickel rye, lower gluten pumpernickel rye, and then take it off a little bit at a time, how they say you're supposed to make the sourdough, and could definitely go gluten-free from there. Thanks for watching Perhaps Cooking. Feel free to share, give me a thumbs up, or subscribe.